Welcome, everyone, back to another very, very spicy special episode of Average Golf Talk. We are going to break tradition today because we have a very special episode for you guys. March Madness is officially upon us.
It's
Matt,
here.
okay, it's here. I know. March Madness, it's officially here. And we are super stoked about it. And we're going to do our own little spin on the March Madness as well as our Average Golf Talk and combine the two. Matt, we are going to be unveiling the Madness of Balls, golf balls, that is, spicy March Madness tournament. I think that's what we're calling it. But the Madness of Balls, golf balls, that is. I am super stoked. How about you?
This is going to be one for the ages.
Mm-hmm.
We have a solid lineup, a couple surprises that made it into the bracket this year. But I think everyone's going to be, everyone's got their favorite, but it's going to be fun to see how it shakes out.
It's going to be great. It's going to be super exciting. This is why they pay us the big bucks to put on a show like this. So we've got the official Madness of Balls preview show today. We're going to be going through a very brief recap of 2022 in case you guys missed that. We're going to do it for the first time. We're going to recap 2022 of how it went for the balls. And then we're going to get into some of these matchups. We're going to get into where we think, dark horses might be in this tournament and who might actually make a run deep in the tourney. But to recap 2022 very briefly, we can just say with confidence, Pro V1, for better or for worse, remained at the top. I would like to say that coming at a close second, the Callaway Chrome Soft and Chrome Soft X was a very close runner-up for the season. My surprise story of 2022, Matt, was the TaylorMade TP5. Saw more folks playing it this year. They had some cool little designs on the ball that supposedly would help with putting alignment. Didn't really do me much, so I switched immediately. But hey, I applaud them for the effort. And I would like to think, I know this is a big up-and-comer for you, Matt. Kirkland is making some noise once again.
2023 is the year of the Kirkland, in my opinion. We got those irons coming out.
The year of the Kirky.
Rave reviews of the putter, the wedge set. Oh, man. Up and coming.
It's up and coming. I know Kirkland's always a favorite of yours. I have never played it personally unless I find these balls in the woods. But maybe I'll have to give them a try. They're coming in, solid, real strong positioning for this bracket, which is interesting, but we'll get into all that. Yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna preview these individually, give some of our high level takes, and then we'll get into some specifics regarding where we think things will end up after the first round. So,
interesting thing to point out on the bracket here, Jake. Nobody knows the difference between any of the other balls besides the Pro V1, the Chrome Soft, and the TP5. So we generalized with you can just assume it's their nicest ball.
Yes. Okay. All right, well, let's do it. We're going to start in what we're just calling bracket 1, which is the left side of the bracket. We're going to start up at the top with the,
number one
always
seed.
famous Pro V1. The number 1 overall seed coming into the tournament should be of no shock to many. It is not my ball of choice, but the title is Pro V1. Pro V1X is probably right there too, whatever. But gearing up against the Top Flight. Matt, what do you think of this matchup at first glance?
Well, I would say Pro V1 is my most played ball, only because I have found so many of them that why not play with them? On the other hand, the Top Flight is just about as close to hot garbage as you can find anywhere. So I don't think this is going to be much of a match, but you never know. Sometimes you're playing a water
You never
hole.
know.
You're playing a water hole, and you reach in your bag, and all you got is that one Top Flight ball you found on the cart path because nobody wanted it. So you're like, I'll pick this up just in case. And then you hit a great shot.
Yep.
You already put your Pro V1 in the water. You got the second ball out, and sometimes there's just that super hard plasticky feel of them. Comes off the club real nice,
Mm-hmm.
right up on the green. We'll see.
Most certainly. We'll see. Yeah, this is definitely a we're not going strictly by the numbers, but this is a 1 versus 16 seed for sure. Pro V1s, obviously they're the go-to ball in the game. Again, they're not my preferred choice, but I know why a lot of people like them. They play well. You can't really go wrong. Always tried and true. Top Flight. I mean, these balls are for the suckers that aimlessly walk into Dick's Sporting Goods and buy a 40 rack for $7. And, I would say they're a piece of crap. They're a big piece of crap. I'm not expecting a strong showing from the Top Flights and the Top Flight fans. If there are fans of Top Flights, my God, should probably get a new hobby sport, whatever you want to call golf. You're just wasting cash.
I'm going to make a bold
I don't know,
assumption
Matt.
here.
I'm not expecting much here.
I'm going to make a bold assumption and say that if you willingly choose, like, buy a brand new Top Flight golf ball, you're also wearing jeans to the course.
Or cargo shorts.
Well,
yes,
you can keep all those balls in there. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm not expecting much here. I think this will be a cakewalk for the Pro Vs. I think they're just going to mop the floor with these schmucks. And we'll see him in the second round. So I don't think we need to spend too much more time here. We'll see what happens. You never know, but I'm not expecting much. Going on to the second one right below it, Volvik and Wilson. Never heard of Volvik, personally. Where are these guys from? What's their story? I have no idea.
I can't tell you their background, but I can tell you they have a real nice matte finish ball. These came out a couple years ago. Goody. Took the world by storm. They have really bright colors with a real nice, a real nice rubbery matte finish to it. Just kind of a unique looking ball. They're all over the place. They're fairly well known. They kind of got like a harder plasticky feel in my, somewhat similar to the Top Flight, but a lot of people play them, like them.
Yeah. Okay.
I think a sleeper pick here though is the Wilson Staff. Honestly, never played one of these balls, but Wilson is full of surprises. They are a classic American brand that makes a lot of good sporting equipment. I would probably say their clubs are halfway decent too in general for a decent price.
They are. Yeah. I used to play with a set of Wilsons in my early, learning golf days. So I can attest they make pretty good equipment. I think I've hit a few balls of theirs, nothing memorable, but I would say, like you were saying, they're a tried and true American brand. So these Volvik clowns, not a fan of the matte finish balls. I think they look stupid. I think if you're playing around with anything but a white ball, like, I don't know, something wrong with you. I don't want to hang out with you. But I will say, if I see anything Wilson related, it's like anytime if you're rocking Wilson, I feel like you're just into old school Corvettes and Chevy Camaros. Like, I feel you're just that type of person where it's like true American classic, right? Like, that's what I kind of get. So, and I
Fun
think
fact,
that's very
Volvik
American
is a Korean company.
Oh, well, screw them. North or south, though?
I would assume
there's a difference. It's critical here. Not to play politics, but it is critical. Okay, I would assume south too.
It's gonna be a fun matchup.
They're somewhat, it could be fun. Yeah, clash of the Korea and America. Love it. Yeah. If they're south, South Korean. Okay, cool. You're fine in my book for the most part. We're all good.
It would be pretty fascinating though if Kim Jong-un really wanted to play with really brightly colored balls, so they started making these for him. That would be.
He probably
awesome.
does.
Probably does. Anyways, let's move on here.
No, he probably. Yeah, it's probably a nationalized brand. Anywho, moving on, we've got Bridgestone and Schnell. Didn't know Bridgestone made anything but tires. But
I
I'm
think you
just
did.
kidding. Yes, I knew
I
that.
think you did. I
I
mean,
knew that.
famously, Tiger played Bridgestone balls. I don't know if he still does. Um,
Yeah, I don't
they're
know.
honestly one of my top choices here. I think they have a good chance of bringing home the bacon here. Um,
Yeah.
they play great, nice and soft, a lot of control to them. I feel like Snell is a brand that
Mhm.
I've found a few of them and lost them pretty promptly, so I can't give a real opinion. But we'll see.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, Bridgestone, you know, I always you're always getting quality, and I would say, for the most part, you're not going to overspend in the grand scheme of things. I think this is like, a good like a good version of a Ford Mustang. Like you know what you're going to get. It's pretty try. I don't know why I keep, I know car Bridgestone, there you go. There's a reference, there's a connection. Um you know, you're always going to get something that's consistent. I've played Bridgestone in the past. I like their stuff. Schnell smell. So I don't like the rhyme there. So I'm going to say I'm going to pass on the Snell. Not a huge fan there. So, but I like the path. Like you were saying, I like Bridgestone's path here. I think they've got a real chance as that number 3 seed. I think they've got a real
hmm
shot making it. So
hmm
I would agree there.
If they can get past that range ball, I think they got a shot.
If they can get oh, yeah. Well, speaking of range ball, let's move on down to the last one in bracket 1. We've got the TaylorMade TP5 against the all infamous yellow range ball. All right. And ironically enough, TP5s do come in yellow. So, you never know what you're actually going to get when you get out on the course. Could be a TP5, could be a range ball. Never know. Matt, what do you like here? Again, 2 seed, you should have a shored up thing for the most part, but maybe not. What do you think?
Well, I think that the TP5 is a solid contender here, the clear favorite, if you will. The range ball, though, we've all done it. We've all had an opportunity where all we had left was a range ball, or all we could find was one, and we hit
Yep.
one, and it probably was okay. So you never know.
You never know. You never
Can come
know.
in
I
handy
think
once in a while.
sometime,
Shouldn't do it.
yeah, they
It's against the rules. Against bad etiquette. But we've all done it.
bad etiquette. I know. It's very much frowned upon. I do feel sometimes the courses will just paint yellow to any balls that they pick up and call them a range ball. So like I said, you never know, maybe you're getting something of value there. I up until this past year, I've always been a TP5 guy, so I am a huge fan of the TaylorMade. I think they've got some very cool looking designs. Ricky's, you know, Fowler's endorsed these as he endorses everything. So maybe that means something a bit more. But I like the TP5 chances here. I'm not putting too much stock in the range ball, but hey, you never know. We've all done it. So we'll see what could happen here.
This is
So
March Madness, though, and
um
anything can happen.
and anything can happen. Anything can happen. So Matt, when we look at bracket 1, okay?
hmm
So I want to know 2 things. All right. Actually, yeah, well, let's start with 2. All right. What's your key matchup out of this bracket? What do you think is going to be the most interesting out of this side of the bracket? And where do you think there might be an upset? And it could be the same game. So I want to know those 2 things. What's your key matchup and potential upset for bracket numero uno?
Okay. Key matchup is going to be second round for Bridgestone against TP5. I think that's going to be happening.
Okay.
I don't know. That could go either way.
Okay, so you're saying Bridgestone, TP5 are moving on. Okay,
I
got it.
I'm making that call. I think it's pretty confident in that
Okay.
that's going to happen. That's going to be a good matchup.
Okay.
I think the potential
Yep.
upset here is if Pro V1 can make it through round 1 and the Wilson staff can make it through round 1. That's going to be a match to watch.
I think that's going to be a good one too. Where do you think you might have an upset here?
I think the Wilson staff over the Pro V1 could be the upset of the
Okay.
tournament.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I like it. So here's my take. I'm just going to go for the first round. So I do think Pro V1 is going to advance over the Top Flight. I don't think that's too much of a fight there. Um, I like the Wilson staff versus Volvic matchup. Like I said, don't really know what the hell Volvic is all about. I know Wilson. I think they're tried and true. I think they're a bit underseeded here. And yeah, I kind of, I always consider them like a good like that number 10 team walking into the tourney that's just red hot. They might have come up a little short in their conference tournament in the championship. But I think Wilson is on a path here. I think they've charted a little bit of a destiny to make a deep run here. And I like the Wilson Volvic, and I'm also going to say that's my upset for the first round. So that's going to be my key one as this unfolds. I think you'll get Pro V1 and Wilson, and then I'm with you in that I think Bridgestone and TP5 will also advance out of that first round, and we'll comment on that on future episodes. But I like that for my bracket for this side. Starting with the top seeded on the right side, what we're going to call bracket two. Bracket two. We have got the Callaway Chrome Soft. This is my preferred golf ball of choice. But here's the thing, Matt. Here's the thing. They're going up against an unknown. So I don't know what's going to come of this. You never know. It can be found in the rough, the pond, what have you. This could be a Pro V1 for all we know. So while this is a 1 seed, I don't know, man. This makes me a bit nervous for my Callaway.
I hear you. There's too much dirt on it to really tell what it is, but
I know
you found it, so you might as well hit it. And you could be
getting
might as well hit 20, 30 yards. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
It's it scares me a bit, This is like it's like kissing that one girl that could be your cousin kind of thing when you're young. So I don't know. This it makes me a bit nervous. So I think there's more to come here. I think we could potentially have a surprise. I hope not, but it's possible. So let's move down. We've got Vice versus Nike. Matt, what do you think of this matchup? This is very interesting. This one kind of stuck out to me as well.
This one's interesting for the reason that Nike is no longer made, but we've all got a couple mojos in our bag that we found in the woods. We've all got a
That's
couple,
true.
So we're still playing. They're still in circulation. That's for sure. But I think Vice makes excellent balls. I'm gonna go Vice here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nike makes good stuff too. Like they're a solid contender. It's gonna be a fun one to watch.
Yeah. I think it's going to be very interesting. I always liked playing the Nike Mojos, and I don't know the other balls that Nike had, but it was always just, oh yeah, that's right, Vapor stuff. But no, the Mojo was always consistent go-to choice of mine as a kid. I played Vice for a little bit. Honestly, I wasn't too impressed, even though, you look at all the little stats that they're just as far as Pro V1 and blah, 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 blah. I think, I don't know, man. I think it's more about the clientele that sports Vice, and I just don't like any of those people. So therefore, I don't like the ball. I just think of LA, bro, dude, gonna hit the beach with my flowy hair and look stupid on the golf course. I don't know. I just don't like the Vice look. Not a fan. So I'm going to go as a dark horse here. I'm going to say Nike's going to have this one, but who knows?
I like it. We'll see.
Who knows?
This is going to be a matchup to watch for sure.
We'll see. It is definitely. This is definitely at the. I would say this is probably at the top for me for the first round is the Vice versus Nike. Moving on down, Srixon versus Maxfli. What do you got here, man? What's your take here?
I think the Srixon all day. Maxfli, in my opinion, is a little step up from the Top Flight, but not much.
I'm gonna agree with you there. I have played Strixon quite a bit in recent years. Their stuff's great.
Good
Keegan
priced.
Bradley's a big fan. Really, really well priced.
Mhm.
Seriously, their top ball I think is like sub $40. Um, and it's Cameron Champ. I know sports it. I think Keegan Bradley's got it. A few others. I think maybe Hideki. I think Matsuyama's got it. I think too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there, but um, very again, very quality type of manufacturer here. So I also think Strixon's got a good shot here, and I like their path. I like their path on this right side, and I think primarily because they're going up against what potentially in the second round, a Kirkland or Noodle, which I don't feel is as strong a contender, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But speaking of Kirkland, Matt, I'll let you have this part since Kirky is your go-to. You're a huge advocate. Might as well be a brand ambassador. What do you like here for your boys? The
As I
Kirkies
said,
versus the Nudies.
2023 is the year of the Kirkland.
Okay,
I think they got this one.
you think so?
Super solid balls with an incredible price point. They're going up a little bit. I've noticed Costco's bumping those prices up little by little, inch by inch. But I think back in the day it was like $20 for 24 of them. They might be like
Yeah,
20, 25,
yeah.
$26 now. But for a premium level ball,
hmm
come on. Plus, you're going in to get some, tires or wine or whatever else it is. You might as well grab some balls.
Amen. Amen, brother. Amen. Coming out with fresh brand new set for both the car as well as the bag. The Costco membership, fantastic quality here. I I always compare the noodle to something like a Schnell or a Top Flight. So I too am going all in on the Kirks for this round. I think they might have a little bit of some struggles maybe in that second round if Shrixon makes it out. I think if Maxfly pulls up the upset, I think they've got a good shot to progress. But yeah, I too like Kirkland in this first round as well. Any dark horses here? What do you like for key matchups and dark horses on this side of the bracket?
As we've discussed, the unknown is very unknown. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
There's probably some sort of funny printing on the other side, a logo of some sort. So we'll see if there's any more information that comes
could
out
be.
there. But yeah, I think
hmm
that's the real. You just don't know what's going to happen there. I think also the Nike could pull an upset here.
Yes, yes. You took the words right out of my mouth. I am also looking at the Chrome Soft and unknown. Again, could be smooching the cousin. Very scared about that. And I do think Nike's got something left in the tank. I think they're going to summon something within the tiger, if you will, and I think they're going to pull off that first round upset. And I think for a dark horse for me, if you want to call them a dark horse, even though they're the 3 seed, I think Strixon's got a good shot here. I think I like their path to get to the finals. I think it is much more manageable. So we'll see. We'll see though. Anything could happen. But I for one, Matt, am very excited about the bracket for this year, the madness of balls, golf balls, that is. I think we've got some great matchups, and we would love to hear from you guys as to who do you think is going to progress out of this first round. So how this is going to work? Your votes are going to are going to determine the winners for each round. So we will be pulsing everyone daily here over the next coming week about the key matchups here that you see on the screen. Your votes will determine the winners. So thoroughly evaluate the matchups. I know this is going to be very difficult, but hey, that is what the Madness of Balls Golf Balls tournament is all about. So cast your votes, leave us comments, all that good fun stuff, and we'll be tracking each of these to see who the winners are, and providing commentary on the matchups based on the winners that move forward for each round. So, like I said, strap in, baby. This is going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to get wild.
Let's rock and roll. And as always, keep it spicy, folks.